Hello everyone, welcome. We'll see if anyone will join later on. We'll just let them in. For the starter, share your portfolio link and introduce yourself in the chat so everybody know each other. It's three of us only, but it's okay. And Camila, you are new. Welcome. And Suraj, welcome very much. I hope you read the document, the report I sent in the chat. Okay, just thumbs up, write in the chat if you have read it already. I will start discussing it right after. Okay, we'll just go ahead. Okay, so we have this report of this year. I found it really interesting this time because they have added so much new stuff in here. Right, you can go ahead and read it in detail later on, but we're gonna discuss some of the key points. Okay, and what we found different from the previous year. And while we were looking for it, we found this in-game job. They are also doing this survey. Okay, so I will really suggest you to go and fill this year's report. Okay, so you'll find it somewhere in there. So this is their previous one. So they are running this year one also, so do fill it out. And whatever, if you're working and have worked before, whatever your salary was, just fill it multiple times if it's possible. So because this help us, people like us, to understand how this go. So this is in-game job, so you can search online and survey, so you'll find the link to how to fill the survey. If I find, I will send it. Okay, and also this year's interact games and interactive survey is done, but next year do try to participate. It helps everyone a lot, and I ask everyone whoever I meet to participate in it regularly because it gives us the industry trends, right? Like the previous year, we had the work from home trend, so you can go ahead and read the previous ones. Okay, so you will see what are the key points. So like they have the remote working in here, but in the next year, you'll see there will be 4-day work week, right? And this year also they have added it in here. Okay, so that's like the last year there were like not many questions based on this, but this year there are more. But this time, because there were like so many layoffs, right? And I think there is think there are some questions regarding that, but not fully. Like who, if someone was laid off, if they found a job, I believe there were some questions regarding that. But there is this cost of living, which is crisis for everybody. Right? So they try to listen, and you can go to their LinkedIn, just search SkillSearch, and then you can message them or write down under their post what you think about it and what you want to see in the next report. Okay, so do participate. Well, that's what I'm asking. That's there. Yeah, so this is normal demographics. How much, what is the gender participation and the age, right? And which I was very fascinated to see. There are like really young people. Are there like 50% of them young here? and and I even asked them to have this interactive one like this thing. So if they have only two categories here, just art animation and just level by, you can go, but there should be more demographic. Like I wish if we are able to uh pick the country, region, stuff like that. Okay, so not specifically the studio wise, like, but at least the country wise, if we are able to see, and if you can see the charts. Okay. In the research report, you will see they have created this chart from the previous years, how much the salaries increased and how much people's perspective changed. But if we can see it in some console, it's perfect. So it's better than reading the document. Just fiddling with it is much better. And with this, you can use it as a benchmark, or not benchmark, but as a tool to find out salaries. Like you look at Glassdoor and other sites, but this can also be a useful tool. And this report can be a more bigger tool to understand the company also. Like same on the Glassdoor, you read the reviews of the companies, right? How it is, how many people are positive about it. But here you can see they what is in the developers or artists mind in the industry. Yeah. So here, you can see how the people who have responded, like how many people on which position. So you see the like mid-level to senior are like the most of the people it covers. Leader and managers are always like that percentage also in the studio. There are not many, but it's love to see. I like to see the more people from here. And this was another thing. The Western Europe is slowly increased. If you see in their previous reports, and they were mostly focused on UK, but now you see there are more. Right, they included Asia this time also, which I'm really fascinated to see. They have covered Asian countries like by different country. They have added the demographics, and here before they were like more focused on the Eastern, and then now they had bigger chunk for the Western Europe also, because there are so many developers are in that region. So it's love to see there are more. And next year I want to see more from US and the South America also. Right, so that covers the whole world. Australia, New Zealand, they are, but they don't have that many of studios. But South America is one to pick, and America for sure, North America for sure, because all of the big companies are there. So we love to see more participation from those area also. So if I see this number also up to 30-40%, gold, we'll know more stuff in here. And yeah, so this is normal company size, and basically how much time they have spent in the industry. And it's fascinating to see that 30% or 10 plus years. Okay, so these 10%, 10 plus year mostly will be in the senior or on the lead role mostly, right? Because and this 4 to 8 year will be mostly in the mid level to senior. And so it's a big chunk basically. There are newcomers are still very less compared to the seniors in here, so which is really nice to see. And then we have uh, see, as I said, like they talked about the redundancy, basically layoffs. Okay, so honestly not everyone can speak very publicly, because they have to find another job. The industry is really small and we don't want to burn bridges, but still it gives you very anonymously a report on what was the big reasons, right? And this the budget cuts are there, lack profit is there. I believe there are like so many of the project also cancels. Okay, that also is another reason which can cause the redundancy. But I will believe the budget cut is the more, because some people claim or blame on the studios that they overhired when it was lockdown, because anyone can work from anywhere from home, work from home. So they overhired, and then when it was returned to office time, so many people didn't want to go back. Plus they didn't have enough space to accommodate that many people, so they just fired people. I know it's sad, but it happened. So I don't have any report, but I saw people posting on the LinkedIn saying that. So our so this is like the 65% are reluctant to consider the studio again. Of course, like if someone fire a developer, then surely they will not go there, but the number is really stagnating, right? When if these are like all the big studios, like smaller were very few. And there is, like we discussed about this layoff, there is a website called game dev layoffs basically. So where you can see all the layoffs happening in there. Let me look for a link quickly. If I find it, I'll send it in the, because that was like in the morning. Sending it in the chat also, so you can see this. So basically these are the layoffs by the people. Okay, so but mostly it will be the article, with the article where they have thing, and it's fairly updated with the thing. So you see from the 1st of January there is no any week gone by where they didn't lay off. Almost 8,000 people are laid off already in first quarter. Okay, so just see how dire the situation is. So it's for sure like that people are not going back to or not trusting these students who are laying off. Okay, so that's why what I believe people are opting for either smaller studios or remote work first. Okay, we'll discuss it more what you may. Okay, and see that this is also sad to see. Like 25% of people are, considering leaving the industry, which is sad. Usually in the game industry, they say if someone spent a 10 year, they are like, mostly like, if someone want to leave the industry, they will send in leave in between 5 to 10 years, because they're already really burned out. Because this is the way the always the game industry was, because usually there were burnout involved, or overwork involved, and non-paid one. And if people don't see that enough growth, they just switch industry, or switch role, or leave the industry all, right? So they started doing other stuff, right? The programming guys gone to do software, and 3D guys can go do architecture, film, or anything else. So they usually leave. I saw people leaving previously, but this number is shocking, like 25% of the considering, right? And yeah, in last 12 months there are like people who were made redundant long time, but I don't know the number. Like it would have been nice to see how many people have filled this report, right? Like imagine if we knew like 10,000 people filled it, then we would have guessed, okay, 3,000 are from this side and 3,000 are from UK. But here round we can guess 20% how much it is, but it's still a significant number if we consider the the amount of all the game devs in general. So this 20% is, yeah. So even if we average out from here by the company size and the amount of people, I think it will come there. It should be more compared to that, but it is there. So yeah, this is a good news. Like 50% at least found the job, but it still said like 50% of the people are still in the market looking for the job, right? Since being made redundant, like it could be anywhere from 6 months to, or 3 months to a year. They have been made redundant, right? But 50% of the people are haven't found job, or that scares the newcomers more, what I believe, because this is like the 50% of the workforce already in there looking for a job. They have experience, and the newcomers who don't have experience, and it's more competition for them, right? So that also is a one point what is scaring. But I'm saying like there is place for everyone, because I can see so many new studios popping up, because these people who are not able to find job, 50%, they are clubbing together. Meanwhile they are like they surely relax, but we cannot sit, you know calm. So we need to do something. So they are already clubbing together all the friends, and they're trying to make their own studios. So if you go to LinkedIn and you see so many of old connections which we have, they announcing that they have started their own studio, so which is really nice to see, which means more jobs, right? Surely we support them, and once they grow they will bring more jobs. Okay, that's good for newcomers so they can join. Okay. So yeah, so this is another again, there's non-paid overtime. And of course then almost 45% of people are saying they were laid off and didn't give any bonus or anything. uh, so usually when someone company fire people, they give them package, 2 months salary or something else. So these people are might not have gotten that much of even support, so they might have just. And there is another layoff which we call legal layoff. Basically they hire them on contracts, and they don't renew their contract. So basically they got laid off by law, right? So that they do very continuously, all the game studios. So that's why the demand of union comes in. They're asking for union, but there's no sign of getting that anytime soon. But that's very legal tactics companies use. They hire them on contract, and then they okay, bye bye. They don't renew the contract. Saw it happening with so many people in there. But yeah, so this is uh 12% less than 12 months. Would have loved to see more, like 6 months or 3 months would have been nice to see. But like 60% in last year, and that's sad. And but if we see we can see the amount here, like how many people almost got laid off here. Like see 10,000. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how many people. Again, we don't know how many people filled this form. And yep, so this is the rating of the industry. That's sad. Okay. Okay, so this is another like who were mostly there. Like forget about the gender, but mostly the mid to senior. I will say the seniors were like more prone to redundancy because juniors do not cost that much, right? Senior do, and mid level who have performing well and maybe having higher salaries, you know, mostly redundant. We are not talking about like studios shutting down because that's everyone included, but some company for restructuring or cost cutting, basically those are the people who first go. And yeah, so again, from western and UK, because those are the place where most larger salaries and bigger studios are, because in the eastern Europe or even Asia, they're like the salaries are not that much, so they didn't see that many of layoffs. But even America, like again I said, like people didn't feel that much from America. So if we had people who filled this report, we would have them also in this list more. Yeah. Well, yeah, but like it's throughout. It doesn't matter who, where you're working on, everyone got cut, laid off. And yeah, so this is nice to see what so this is, I think the questions were for hiring managers, right? So they want to see why they're hiring, how they're hiring, so what are the main challenges they think. So it's very important to for a candidate to. So yeah, so this is the concern is this, I think is January is old concern. Basically, when a candidate post, I think I worked in this game, so they post the screenshots, and then they don't have idea, the hiring managers, that what exactly the candidate have worked on. So it's great to, if you have a portfolio, just state it, okay? Or if you have a wide screenshot, just mark it, outline something, a second screenshot outlining what you have done, or writing it down in the description that what you have worked on in the particular shot is really helpful. Otherwise it confuse them and they don't know, and that actually decrease the chances of getting the interview, because in the interview they want to know more, but there is like all confusion, they will be hesitant to, even call, because it's really time consuming process. But this thing is, hiring people is always difficult, right? But so this is the new game is basically studios are working on new games, and the new technologies are also popping up. Also, the new recruiting new talent is also linked to the new technology. Like if candidates know the new technologies and new tools, like you see Unreal Engine 5, which I see is more in popular, like Nanite and Lumen take the world by storm. Now every studio is trying to catch up to that. There are not many games, but I believe next year there are gonna be so many games based on the same technology. Unity also on GDC announced something similar, right? So let's see how it goes in that. So yeah, this is also like up to date work is always mandatory, right? And yeah, and because if you keep working on up to date portfolio piece, then you will learn new things, right? Like even it could be a professional project or personal project, anything. So keeping you up to date is really important in this time, because the new tools are coming out. Recently we are like looking into Gaussian splitting, right? So that's like new technology which came in, and we don't know how it will be in the game, but at least learning about it and how it works really helps. Okay, even the like the photogrammet Gaussian splitting. So if you I'll show you Gaussian splitting. Okay, so if you said this one, so if you, so it's basically you take the footage and then it create these plots. Plots are like basically these spots. Basically, it look really nice. It's basically some process is same as photogrammetry, like the point clouds is generated, okay, and then that point cloud is just a Gaussian spot with this particular color, and there are so many of them, and it just look really, it's not volumetric like nerves, but it's really nice technology, and people have started importing it in Unity and other places. You can surely go ahead and test it out and check it out. There are so many tools to do it, how to import it in Unity or Unreal or Blender or any other 3D tool. You can just check it out. So this is something new to surely try out. Okay, I'm just telling the trend. Basically it's not written anywhere, but I felt this is really going. Luma AI have this tool, you upload your video and they give you this free .py file of this Gaussian splats, okay, which you can import in emulator or game engine. So basically, if people are testing it out and how the performance go, this really help. Like same like photogrammetry. Like if you haven't tried it out yet, see how the Megascan library is based on that. Like it's really old, but I know so many people who haven't even tried it yet. Okay, so trying out new technology is really important because AI is coming, and these technology, because this is also based on something similar, Gaussian splatting, especially trained thing. Okay, so it's even if the AI is there, try to use and try to find a creative ways how you can implement AI into the workflows. Okay, not just generating directly the text content and AI art content. Basically, let's not divert from there, but we can have our AI. We had the last Q&A session on AI. We can have it again. If you guys are interested, just let me know. Okay, so now this is the another one which so many of people I know were really concerned about, the cost of living, right? Let me maybe. Okay, so uh, this thing is a worry for most of the people, even people who have a job, right? They worry about this thing because in UK the inflation was, even in Europe inflation was double digit. Yeah, and if you see from the old time, you just search online what was the average inflation every year, and then you see what was the average growth of salaries every year. It's not even meeting up the thing. Okay, so that's a worry for most of the people. So this is see, this 83% is a really dangerous number. Okay, so it's 83 people percent of people are thinking this is going to have a negative impact. Okay, the cost of living, like it's getting unaffordable. Okay, see, like 50% of the people are saying they are like financially worse than the last year. Okay, we cannot even imagine what they are going through. Okay, and so yeah, they are negatively impacted, and basically they have been impacted. Like, so is impacted means they are actually thought about it, right? So like if you have abundance of wealth, you will not even think about it, right? Or if it is increasing, but you go to grocery store and you see the prices of the things are changed. Okay, from past last year or even few months, they keep changing, keep increasing, and then you say like your salary do not increase that way, right? So that's basically it. They think they have negative, it's like 80%. Like if we even average, it's like 70%, which is really dangerous number to think about. Like how salaries need to be restructured now, and industry have to think again about how to go about it. See, like they feel almost 50% of the people are thinking about changing job, and because of the same thing. And that's when the same thing we'll discuss about this, and where remote work really shines in this thing. And what are the few suggestions how to improve it. This is one thing is like remote work really helps. So you go out of the city and live somewhere which is not that expensive, because rent and the food are the two big cost of a person, rent and bills, and then the food. So bills you cannot do anything with, those will be stagnant same, right, almost in any house. But rents you can decrease, and also a little bit of, I don't want anyone to reduce the food cost basically to survive. Like, I don't wish for anyone to that, but at least the rents, which is like higher chunk, like almost sometimes half of the salary which goes directly into the rent, so that can be reduced significantly. Like sometimes it can be one fourth only, like just area outside, few kilometers outside the city. So remote work really made it possible, right? And one of my friend worked in a studio in London. Okay, so he used to live really outside of London, because there were no houses inside London, or affordable one at least. There were no, he could. So they lived in outskirt. Okay. Then he said like he was finding really difficult to find in outskirt also, because the people who work in London, they're already living there. Okay. So then he had to find a house in outskirts of outskirt, basically. Like how difficult it is because of these metropolitan cities to find a place and find a affordable place. So that's one solution I think was, but companies are changing back to remote work, which is, I don't know how it will go. Maybe next year we'll know. But basically this is version of the last year, and we can read the report. I don't know if it's let's see if how it was in the last time quickly. If they have 4-day week, cost of living crisis. See, 77% were feeling negative and 80% would anticipate. Okay, so these are like anticipating when people are gonna think, but they are not fully impacted, but anticipating, right? But like only 50% were saying like they were worse off than last year from there. But this year it's, you know, yeah, it's almost 50%, but here they're 80% anticipating, but this time it was okay, same. So this is like keep getting worse. I'll say no. This shouldn't be improved for sure. And then something I don't know if how much it will be implemented. I see so many studios popping up with the 4-day work week, which is really nice. Okay, and where we have two counter questions to this. Okay, you can answer in the chat if you bother here. Okay, and anyone who is watching, right, so they can comment, right. And so this is basically 4-day work week. So basically what it will never happen because the amount of work we have to do, I don't know if they use AI sensibly and increase the productivity as they say in the double quotes like productivity. But it will be a nice thing, right, to calm the thing, like maybe for some time if they compensatory days off basically, if they can provide, because during close to launch it's always really heavy uh, work environment, so you have to work extra hours, sometime double the shift, like 14 hours at least. Okay, so that is really it's inevitable. Basically it happens most of the studios. So many studios say we are like zero crunch policy, but that word come from the game industry, crunch. We gave that word. Okay, so not we, but it's by the game industry. So now this like almost 8% of studios are offering. I don't know, we don't know how many studios we are talking about here. Okay, so we don't know the number how many are those, but at least it's good to see people are opting for it. So we have and there's for sure there's like improved work life balance, improve mental health, increase productivity. These were the same reason given for remote work as well. Okay, so work life balance increased and improved mental health. You can read the previous report also, it's just say the same thing. Okay, this is basically they feel less stressed. And the other thing is you can have, if you club these two, right, if 4-day, because they are not commuting, because if someone is living outskirt of London, they would gonna take like at least 2 hours to reach to the workplace. Okay, so or even if it's not 1 hour, at least it's gonna take to reach to workplace. So 2 hours a day, just it's tiring to travel to workplace as well. So if it's not really easy commutable, sometimes you have to change the transports. Okay, so you have to take a tram, then train, then again tram or bus, stuff like that. So it's tiring. So you already reach into the office exhausted. So that just give you a little bit more calmer, like when you can with work from home, or if you have easy reachable office, then you can easily start working in the morning really really well, with the calm mind. So this thing adds up to that more. So there was this one time a questionnaire I filled where it said if you add 2 more hours a day, okay, so if it's like 8 hours a day you are working normally, but you work 10 hours a day, and then for 4 days you work, you already worked one day extra, right, by hours, right? So you get one day extra off in the weekend. So then this question pops up. We are, like personally asked so many questions. The funny thing is like everybody said like we are already working 12 hours a day. So it doesn't matter. 10 hours or 12 hours, almost 10 hours, everybody say we are working anyway. So it doesn't matter. Okay, we are ready to. So then the scare thing is about it also, when the 10 hour will become 12 hour. So it's not like you enter 9 and you leave 7, stuff like that, or 8 or 7, yeah. So it's not like that. So usually you will come by 8 and you will leave by 8. That's like when those 2 hours will be added. And don't not to forget about the commute. So as I said, like with the remote work, this really shines. But then you can give extra 2 hours also. It's okay. Okay, but this if you have to commute and the commute takes more than 1 hour, then does not seems possible or feasible. It will be super tiring because you have to leave at 7, reach by 9, and 7 and you reach again by 9 at home, and then you eat and sleep because you have to run again at tomorrow morning. So that will be tiring. But to compensate that, you have a leave. Okay. So there's another question which pops up is like, should we have this on Wednesday or Friday? Can you please quickly type in the message in the comment that would you like to have this extra day off? Imagine the company is gaming. So would you like to have it on Wednesday or Friday? Just type these two. Quickly, I'm waiting. Camila, would you like to? And so also, if you can write down now why, because I will give the reasoning. But Wednesday worked better, but yeah, if you can give the reasoning why you want the Friday. Okay, so well, wait. So all the answers. So basically, I personally went through this so long time back, like 4 years ago, I believe. So 20, yeah, 2020, yeah. So yeah, so the same question everybody said, like 3 days. It's like longer weekend always, so they can have a more enjoying thing. So the question with counter question to that, what I put in there was, it's not for enjoying the weekend, right? It's for the relaxing the mind. Basically, the weekend is for to rest. Okay, we don't we all don't rest most of the often, but it is to rest, basically resting your mind, right? Giving rest from the work. So then this Wednesday, just so we had leaves. Okay, so I had to use them, so I put some on Wednesday, some on Friday, just to test it out. Okay, so I felt Wednesday one much better because I felt I had 2 weekends now. It's just Monday and Friday is coming in. Okay, so I have this, and then I have a leave, and I was able to focus more on my personal projects, which will also come in this, like what the amount of people who are focusing on their personal projects, that is later on. But I was able to focus on my personal work more. When I had 3 days, when I got a Friday, I wasted 2 days just like that, didn't do anything. And then on Sunday I was like, okay, I need to work. So that one day just went to waste because it's just extra. Okay, and then I said, like, I have 3 days, it's okay. But then when I had it on Wednesday, I focused it on. Okay, I knew I made plans. I made more plans when I had Wednesday than on this thing. But I'm sure people can utilize it if someone like to travel, and if someone have more things to do, like have a family to manage, or have kids. I think 3 days are much better for them, right? But I believe if it's in the middle also, then also it's good for them. Even if you have family or not, then you can have, weeks start to feel very small. But there's another thing said by one guy, like, how long will it be when we start to think Thursday as Friday? Okay, so to not to that happen, I think the middle break is much better. I don't know, so that's, we need a bigger survey. Maybe next year, I suggested them, so next year maybe we'll get these answers from the survey. Yeah. So you can also go and ask them. So basically the same thing, mostly like productivity and work life balance and positive impact of 4-day work week. But we have this number is very few. We have only 8% people who have been in there. So if there is one report long time back where the studio started it and they just kept it afterwards. Okay, so the 4-day work week. But I don't know, the companies want to earn and they won't give this thing. I think it's only possible in the northern countries like Sweden, Denmark. They have super work life balance there. The government is super strict on this overwork, so it might be possible there soon. And yeah, so this is again same thing, like longer hour mustard and business, of course, as we said. And and the client is basically more for, because if they need reply, then there's no one to respond, and then we just like to chill. Again, this is not a really strict situation. It can improve. Okay. And yeah, so this is again when relocation, again people are not opting off for relocation for a job for a time being. I saw this trend because people are scared because of the layoffs, and company are just laying off people, like they are buying some tissue paper from the market, they just buy it, and then if they use it they just throw it away. This is how they have treated people. So now the people do not want to relocate unless it's a really good package. Okay. And uh, and and there were people who switched job and went to different continent, and when they joined and after a month they said, okay, we are laying off, or studio shut down. Now the person have left everything for this company, and now they have went to this other continent. It's not that easy because visas are involved. Okay, it's not that easy to find another job and stay there. For Western people, it's okay because they have the visa and passport. They don't have to get the visa; they have passports. But the people who coming from maybe smaller countries, Asia, and other places, they have to get the visa. So, when I saw this person, this situation is really bad. It's a really worst situation to be in. And yeah, so the if it's family involved, that's more thing. During COVID also, I saw so many of my colleagues and friends who suffered because of this thing. So they could not move their family, or they could not relocate. Their contracts were cancelled, like they supposed to join. COVID happened, they could not join, so they lost the job basically. So the one opportunity they got because of that. But something like that, they are not, nobody is want to relocate for a job until they have a security, they feel the security. Like they want to have few months work from home. Okay, then if they feel okay in the future, once everything is done, then they relocate. Okay. And one of my friend, he said also that, like, there was one company was calling him for 1 year contract. Okay. Then it's like 1 year, and he move his family, and they said like, we'll give visa for whole the family, and the 1 year visa, and just relocating to other country, and then 1 year, what after 1 year? Okay. And if they don't renovate the contract, then they have to go back, the whole family. Then what's the point? Okay. So that's what the scarcity of relocating for a job basically coming. But basically people are asking like, okay, salary should be good, project should be exactly what they need, and relocation and family support and everything should be really. And the cost of living is, of course, consider, like, if where the studio is and how big, how much cost is there. So you can search this cost of living comparison website to check this out. But basically this is happening in there. Okay, this recruitment process every year it is there. Okay, you can read it and how this works. Okay, in here, uh, mostly it is, if it depends on what position it is and what type of studio and what role it is. So if it's something they really want, okay, and then it happens within weeks. Okay, and like every other week you will have interview, and mostly it will take, max to max it will take 2-3 months to for the whole process to go. Okay. And basically there will be communication in between, because there are multiple round of interviews are there. But basically some most of them asking like lack of urgency. Basically this report also read, basically in US, what IT companies are doing, they are posting jobs regularly, right? Even the company who laid off also posted so many jobs. Okay. So basically they say these jobs are not actual jobs. So basically they are trying to send a message, oh, we are healthy, we are hiring, we are growing. But actually they just get the applications, never hire, never reach out to them. So it's basically ghost applications. You can go read out. I don't have this link right now, but this is something like that. I would love to see more if it's happening in the game industry also. Like they are just posting jobs but not hiring. They don't want to hire, basically. They just want to showcase that we are healthy, but inside they are rotting, basically. That's basically it's showcasing, because they just worry about stocks. The IT companies, they worry about stocks. They don't want people to think they laid off people and they are suffering. So yeah, so this happened. So that's what I want to see, like if it's happening, because I see so many companies there's a layoff, the next day they just post jobs, which is super sad to see. Okay, so they could retain people, and but they did not. So that I want to see if they're inflating the market with ghost jobs, basically, or not. So yeah, but this is normally straightforward. And yeah, so this degree does not matter, basically. It only matters if you're going on visa. So if you have to go on visa for some country, right, then only it matters. Otherwise it doesn't, because this even matters for the government, not for the studio. The government want to see if you're bringing someone is educated enough. But if you have enough experience, like more than 5 years of experience, this degree also doesn't matter, in my experience. Okay, and what I asked multiple recruiters, doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, so this people have degree, and I don't know if how much relevant degree it have is. Game lead is 42%. It's like almost half of it. So see, it doesn't matter in there. uh, this is initiative, like if studios do run educational initiative. So many studios have started because educational institutes, really bad colleges just take fees, don't teach proper. So they have this training program, most of the studios. This happy to see like 40% of them have some initiation, giving some internship or some educational or mentorship type of things, at least there. And then now we come to the best part. Okay, so this is like UK average salaries, but you see from 21 to 24, see the jump. Okay, so it's not like we say the salaries have not increased, right? But we have to compare it against the cost of living, and we don't have the data, but it's there. And this is where the London is basically the most salaries are here, the most, but it's basically the density you can see in the here. And here you see all the seniority wise salaries in here, and you can go ahead and read all this report by this. Okay, and what one thing which really shocked me about this gaps, just notice these gaps in different places. Okay, so here you see the senior and lead do not have much gap. Okay, at some places there is, but look at the director level here. This really, I just was shocked to see these things. And some places it's nice, like this bar is gradually growing, which is nice to see. Okay, but some places it's does not make sense, like why these higher ups are getting more paid but other people not that much. But if and gap in between, like so you grow gradually and the gradually your salary grow, which is perfect. Okay, that type of culture and studio is perfect. There should not be like, see, imagine this one, like gap between mid level and senior is too much. Okay, so either they don't have too many seniors, that's why this is happening, or they have salary gap, basically. Okay, and you can see the same. And of course the programmers always paid more than the artists, and designers are also actually paid more than other. I saw it someplace. I'll show. Okay, this is male or female. I like to see in some places at least senior uh, female women getting more salaries. So at least it's coming actually almost same. Okay, here. And again, director level, manager level, again more. So this should be, if they're doing the same job, they should have almost similar thing. It depends on number of year experience also. We cannot judge just based on the role. Number of years they have worked for the company and other things also matters in here. Okay, and the job hunting, which is also, you know which is really shocking to see also. It's basically the how many people are looking for job. Okay. So if we say like this is lead manager, and this trend also I see that the higher the person is in the company, the longer, and the longer they want to, more they want to look for a job. So basically if you see this also, right, the more it's getting and wait, it's the other way actually. I saw it. Wait, we'll check. Okay, so it's basically these one that will not, surely not, but the senior, mid to senior people are like more prone to look for a job. Juniors are, they have just started, and if someone have longer experience in the company, they just settled in there. Okay, the companies are very there are less chances they will remove them because they are incorporated in the company better. But the mid level thing here, okay, so the mid to senior people, they look for more. I don't know why this is here. Maybe I read it the other report, but basically this is basically gradually increase for the higher ups basically. So if we count the half of it also, then it's really big chunk. Almost 50% of the people I want to look for a job, right? These are the top reason. This could be a personal, really person to person, it depends, right? And let's not talk about UK too much, and let's come to again for salaries in Western Europe. Look at this chart. It's really mind boggling like how much these directors are getting this jump. This one is still, I will say, okay, yeah, so this gap is gradually increasing. Okay, and but look at this level. Okay, mid level and the seniors, it does not make sense. It should not be like that. Okay, this type of bar, even this if it could be more, but this type of bar is fine. This one, okay, France is good job France, but Sweden, what the hell, why? Okay, and Netherlands also, like look at this, and the gap also in Portugal is, and this is shocking. Finland is good, but I think this, if this bar could have been here, would have been perfect bar and harmony. Like leads and seniors are maybe the jobs are like that. Like leads become senior, it's almost the same level of job, so we cannot judge. But yeah, here again the salary by the seniority in there, but it's good. And again, this report comes same how many people are looking though. So the fun part here, I really want to, we have very less time and I hope it don't cut off. But this Austria, look at that, like everyone is looking for a job. Okay, but in Iceland nobody wants to look for a job. I want to see how many people have filled this form. Okay, this is really crazy to look, like everybody. Maybe it's like, maybe it's yes only, I was counted like how many, maybe it is like 20% of people, 10%, even if we count by average, then it's like 90% of people want to look for a job in Austria. And Iceland nobody wants to, and I want to see how many people have filled this form next time. Okay. So this is really, and Malta have really nice all another, I've been to Malta. Malta is nice. Okay, so even if you count, like 75% of people do not want to look for a job, which is nice. Malta is doing good. So read this report. This gap in between really shocking to me. Okay, and yeah, so this is a normal thing. And then we have Eastern Europe here. Okay, so again, the gap between middle and senior is really, and why principals, maybe there are less principal, that's why, but there could be more. And yeah, so this gender gap, no. Okay, it's Eastern, yeah, Eastern Europe, the gender gap is not good. Okay, and here you will see there are more people looking for a job than Western Europe. And you'll see this trend. Cyprus is doing good job basically. Not many people, I don't know how many people again filled this thing, but you see the most of the thing where don't see the green is like Turkey. I don't know what happened to Turkey, Greece, Georgia, Hungary, everybody, like mostly, like at least Greece, most of the people again, like Austria, want to look for a job. Like maybe they don't have studios that many. I want to, and Turkey have so many game studios, but again, nobody want to. Maybe because of some political reason or some other, but they want to. So it's also, you see in the trend, like you go to Iceland. If you want a stable job, go to Iceland. So basically, that's how you know which country. And then again, normal jazz, and another, that's one fun. North America is there. It's nothing, but I want to talk about. We have some time left. I want to talk about Asia. Okay, the salary is nice normally, going right. This should be a little bit higher, but it's okay. Okay, and it's slightly behind, but it should be matched up. Right? But here you see seniors are looking for, this is what I might have seen. Okay, so the seniors are looking for job, most of them. Okay, but other than all the others, okay, but seniors are looking for job. And look at this, Israel, most of them. Okay, India is almost most of them, only 5% are happy, 10% almost, which is good. They might have a good job, but see, this Pakistan also want to, everyone want to leave basically. And South Korea also, everyone want to leave, almost, like I will say 75% of the people, if you take half of it. Yeah, this is basically from this countries people go to like western countries to for job, so which is, you know, go. Okay, so yeah, go through this all report. Basically we have, I think will end in 1 minute. Okay, and you can go over this report which is super nice, and we can have this another one later on where we can compare the different one, okay, if you want to. Okay, but I really passionate about this thing. Okay, and you can read about, you will get to know a lot more thing, and you can see all these thing like what people are asking, what they're getting in the studios and what they want, and for different like art or different. And in here also you will see the gap, and you will see that if even if the last year I saw environment artists got really good jump. Okay, so yeah, this is really I saw really good jump in the art, basically, right? Like see in here, right? But you get to see who is looking for more job. Okay, the you split the maybe in here, but mostly 3D art is there in, and character artists are looking for more jobs in here. Okay, yeah, so this is basically, yeah, you how you can go over all the thing is, and post the comment if you want to know more, right? And I will happy to answer them personally. I know there will be some controversial things I might have said, right? And don't want to demean anyone, and don't want to say anything bad about anyone, but these are from personal experience, what I felt and what I talked to my colleague and friends, how they felt. So take it as a, you know, pinch of a salt. Okay, so don't take it personally or anyone. I don't want to blame any studio or anything, but most of the industry in general, what is happening. Okay, and this is also one thing, I think in the art also, if they have basically this engine thing was good. Okay, which engine they are using basically. Okay, and you see the Unity guys are paid this much average, and Unreal is this much paid. So the, you see the Unreal is really getting popular, so it's better to get in there, as we spoke already. So using uh, a, whichever is popular, and I think there will be a percentage of the people who are using the engine also. Okay, so yeah, so just read through it if you have any doubt, and we can have another session where we can go over it in detail, and I will happy to get the questions so I can answer them better. Right, it was again a big report to go through, right? But yeah, go through it, and yeah, so let me know if you have any questions. We can discuss this other report which will come in August, right? In-game job report, I think it will come in August. I saw them, right? So you can go this through this also. It's something really we can should look forward to. And again, like in the end, you can look at some things I will post on our top my page, and even on our Discord channel. You can join the Discord channel from here, and where we post about the next sessions. Okay, and if you have any questions or need a portfolio view, anything, you can reach out us here, and you can do check out our boot camp, which is starting soon next month. Okay, which is starting, so you can surely join, and then we'll uh, discuss the rest of the things. And I hope this was informative, and you might have enjoyed it, and wish you best of luck and enjoy the day. Cheers.